In the quiet moments between choice and action lies the battlefield where most dreams die. We all face that void, that space where possibility hangs suspended. It's not weakness to feel fear there. The weakness comes in letting that fear decide your path. I've stood at countless crossroads, felt the weight of consequences. But I've learned this truth. Action, even imperfect action, creates momentum that doubt can never provide. Consider the sunset. It doesn't hesitate to give way to darkness. The seasons don't pause in their cycle. In nature, there is no hesitation, only the constant flow of becoming. Perhaps our greatest calling is to align ourselves with this natural wisdom, to recognize that growth requires movement, and movement requires decision. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, are you willing?
Consciousness is fascinating. This awareness that allows us to witness our own thoughts, to question our impulses, to hesitate. But this gift becomes a prison when reflection turns to paralysis, when awareness becomes an end rather than a means. The ancient philosophers understood something we've forgotten. Knowledge without action is merely information. Wisdom emerges only in the doing. Consider how many hours you've spent contemplating what you should do versus how many moments you fully committed to action. The imbalance is telling. Most people don't fear failure as much as they fear the responsibility of success. Because action creates change, and change demands evolution. Your potential isn't theoretical. It's a living force waiting for expression. But expression requires movement through resistance, especially the resistance of your own making. The space between your current reality and your desired future isn't crossed by thought. It's traversed by decisions made manifest.
History doesn't remember the hesitant. Time doesn't reward the uncertain. The Stoics understood that life's brevity isn't tragic unless that brief time is wasted in indecision. Marcus Aurelius didn't write, "Think about doing what is right." He wrote, "Do what is right." We crave certainty before action. But the greatest certainty in life is its eventual end. Each sunset brings you one day closer to your last. Would you rather reach that final day with a collection of safe choices or a tapestry of bold attempts? The human spirit finds its truest expression not in contemplation, but in commitment. In those moments when, despite incomplete information and uncertain outcomes, we choose to advance. Ask yourself, if your time were suddenly cut short, which would haunt you more? The actions you took that failed, or the possibilities you never explored? Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the recognition that something else matters more than fear.
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. I walked through darkness most can't imagine, not because I was fearless, but because standing still was more terrifying than moving forward. Life doesn't discriminate between those who act and those who hesitate. It takes from everyone. The difference is what you build before it takes from you. There's a peculiar freedom in confronting your worst fears. Once you face them, you realize most of your hesitation was just elaborate self-deception. The mind creates labyrinths of doubt, complex justifications for inaction. But reality is simpler. You either move or you don't. You either create or you consume. You either lead your life or you follow someone else's path. The universe doesn't care about your potential. It responds only to what you manifest through action. Your hesitation feels like protection, but it's actually slow motion surrender. Every moment spent in doubt is a moment died unlived. The true philosophy of life isn't found in books. It's written in scars, in calluses, in eyes that have seen both beauty and horror, but remain open.
The ocean teaches what no philosopher ever could. that stability is an illusion, that change is the only constant, that to navigate life requires not perfect knowledge, but adaptability. Ancient sailors didn't wait for ideal conditions. They learned to set their sails according to the winds they were given. Consider how much of your life is spent waiting for certainty, for permission, for validation. Now consider how much of that waiting was necessary. The paradox of human existence is that we seek security while craving meaning. Yet meaning is rarely found within the borders of the secure. Your intuition, that quiet voice so often drowned out by logic and social expectation, speaks the language of your authentic path. When you hesitate despite its guidance, you're not being prudent. You're being unfaithful to your deeper wisdom. Every significant relationship, every meaningful achievement, every moment of true joy in your life came from somebody choosing action over hesitation. Often, that somebody was you. The philosopher Kierkegaard called it the leap of faith, that moment when rational analysis reaches its limit and only commitment remains. What adventure awaits beyond your hesitation? What version of yourself stands on the other side of decision?
Now, as you stand at the threshold of action, remember this. Every moment of hesitation is a moment lost forever. The void between thought and action is where dreams wither. Only decisive movement can revive them. I've seen countless warriors falter because they waited for perfect conditions that never came. The time to act is now. In your heart, in every beat, lies the power to shatter the inertia of doubt. Do not let fear dictate your path. Embrace the struggle, and let each step forward become the cornerstone of your legacy.
Reflect on the nature of possibility. Consciousness grants us the power to observe our own hesitation, to dissect every fleeting doubt. Yet that very awareness can imprison us if we allow it. True wisdom isn't found in endless deliberation. It's born from the act of doing. The balance between thought and action is delicate. When you decide, even amidst uncertainty, you transform mere ideas into reality. Let your actions be the catalyst for change, and your willingness to move beyond hesitation be the force that shapes a future defined by boldness.
History remembers the decisive, not the hesitant. In the silent corridors of time, it is not the dreamers who lingered in indecision, but the ones who risked everything, who fought with their hearts and minds in unison to create moments that change the world. Life is fleeting, and the cost of inaction is measured in lost potential. Ask yourself, if tomorrow never comes, will you regret the times you chose comfort over the courage to act? In every sunrise, find the resolve to do what is right, and let each day be a testament to your commitment to lead, not follow.
Listen up. Pain is your constant companion on the road to greatness. Every bruise, every setback is a hard-earned lesson. It's not that you're never tired, it's that you have no choice but to fight through it. When you feel the burning fatigue, remember that the only way out is through. Your body might break, your spirit might waver, but if you push through, you redefine your limits. The world will take no pity on those who quit. Instead, use that pain as the hammer that shapes your character. Let every drop of sweat be a testament to your refusal to be anything but relentless.
In the canvas of life, conformity is an illusion and predictability a prison. True genius is born when you dare to color outside the lines. There's an art in breaking the mold, in daring to create something uniquely yours. When you hesitate, you silence the creative force within you, and that, in itself, is a betrayal of your own potential. Every moment spent waiting for the perfect moment is a moment lost. The innovators, the trailblazers, they didn't sit back and wait for the stars to align. They moved. They knew that every step taken, every risk embraced, was a stroke on the masterpiece of their lives. So if you feel the weight of uncertainty, let it fuel your drive instead of stifling it.